Alright everybody, welcome back to the Savage Squirrel Show. I'm Scott the Savage Squirrel. When I went to Schaumburg High School back in the early 1990s, I was never really involved in any extracurricular activities. My parents were always trying to get me to join something. But I had better things to do, like play video games all the time and watch the squirrels in my backyard. However, if there was an extracurricular activity like the game that I'm about to show you, I'd totally be in. Want to know what I'm talking about? Well, come on, let's go check it out.
Check out how tiny this controller is. It was like it was made just for Donald Trump. Alright, let's get started.
Downtown Nekketsu, Koushinkyoku, Soreyuke, Daiundoukai. Okay, that's a bit too much to swallow, so let's keep it simple, okay? Downtown Nekketsu Cross Country. Developed and released by Technos Japan in 1990 for the original Famicom. It's the same company that brought us great games like Double Dragon 2 and River City Ransom. Alright, before we get started, here's the game's overall plot. Todo, a spoiled rich douchebag, decides to organize a competition between 4 high schools in Japan. The competition has 4 different events. First, there's a cross-country race. Next is an obstacle course that looks something like the TV show American Ninja. The third event is a pole climb where the competitors have to break a giant ball. And finally is my personal favorite. It's a Royal Rumble. Now, in order to win, the player must not only score points for winning the various events, but they also have to gain points throughout the events as well. The competitor with the most points wins. It's as simple as that. Okay, let's get started then. Okay, and they're off. Alright, now, in the introduction of the video, I said that if this was an actual extracurricular activity, I'd totally be in. You know why? Because when it comes to rules, there really are no rules in this fucking game. Anything pretty much goes. So basically, the game encourages you to cheat in order to win. You heard right. You can cheat and actually accumulate points for cheating. Now, as far as the controls are concerned, I'm not going to really go over them because they're fairly easy to figure out. If you ever played River City Ransom, you should be able to figure this out with no problems. Yes, you notice that the character I'm playing as, who's losing at the moment, is Kunio-kun, or Alex from River City Ransom. This is the third Kunio-kun game in the series, and it's probably one of my favorites. I found this game by accident when I purchased the Famicom Mini a couple months ago. I couldn't find the NES Classic Edition because some fucking dickhead scalpers bought them all. So, once again, I had to turn to Japan in order to get my fix. And to my surprise, this game was on there. Now, I knew River City Ransom was on there, but I had no idea that there was another Kunio-kun game on the system as well. So, it was kind of a bonus for me. Okay, now pay attention because this is important. You want to get your hands on a weapon, doesn't matter what it is, and you'll see why in just a moment. Now, once you get past this park here, by not tripping over the trash, you're going to go through a series of screens where you're going to be swimming. Now, when you have a weapon in your hand, you'll be able to not only swim faster, but you'll be able to knock out your opponents with no problem. Watch. See? It's as simple as that. Okay, for this next part, you need to get through here as fast as you can, because once those spigots turn on, the water will try to force you down. And you want to remember to come up for air every now and then, otherwise it'll slow you down. Alright, we're almost at the end of the swimming portion of it. Here, just swim across and you're good. Alright, we're at the final stretch. This last part, keep jumping. Keep jumping, because that gravel will slow you down. Alright, the finish line is ahead. All you need to do is get through this fucking giant pothole, and you're fucking good. And there you go. First place. Okay, now, if you make it in 4th place, don't get discouraged. Because remember what I said before, the game encourages you to cheat. And that's how you accumulate more points. The points you get here are just for completing the race. I love the cheerleader reactions, it's fucking hilarious. But yeah, The actual points you get for elbowing your opponent in the face is tallied up after the second playthrough. Now also keep in mind, you can switch... Oh, fuck. You can switch characters in between races. But since Kunio still has enough stamina points, I'm going to use him again. So remember, if you fuck up the first time, the second race, you still have a chance to win. Fuck you, you piece of shit. Yeah, so if you lose the first time, don't get discouraged. Just get back in and accumulate points by beating the shit out of these motherfuckers, because they're going to do the same to you. Also keep in mind that if they hit you, you lose points. So you want to try to avoid getting elbowed as much as possible. Yeah, fuck you, you asshole. So the key in order to win is to accumulate as much points you can during the event. So in case you don't make it in first, second, or third place, you can still win and move on to the next event. Remember, the points get tallied up at the end of the second playthrough. Alright, now when you're playing the one-player game, if you see one of the opponents stop in front of you, that means they're going to try to elbow you in the face. So, just watch out for that shit. Try to jump over them or go around, because they're going to try to hit you, and you lose points for that. Now, another way to get ahead and accumulate some extra points is to try to knock your opponents down when they're climbing a wall. It wasn't very successful here, but that's another way to get some points. Alright. You still want to elbow. Every time someone gets behind you, you want to elbow them as much as possible. Yeah, take that, you fucking asshole. Alright, we're at the park again, so make sure you don't trip over anything, otherwise you're going to lose some fucking points. And while you're at it, make sure you have a weapon in hand, because we're going to go swimming again, and like I said before, you need it. Because not only does it make you swim faster, but you'll be able to knock out your opponents really quick. Watch. There you go. This next part, you're going to fly through as fast as you can to avoid getting hit by those fucking water spigots. See? There you go. It's as simple as that. Alright, we're coming up to the last stretch. Be careful here, because sometimes you can get stuck at the top of the screen and you end up losing your fucking spot. But, not the case here. Alright. Just keep jumping on this fucking gravel. They're gonna try to throw shit at you, but occasionally they miss and hit each other instead. And that's it. The fucking final pothole. Oh shit! Oh, that was fucking close. But first place once again. There you go. Alright. Once again, here's where they divvy out the points for coming in first, second, third, and fourth place. I still love the cheerleader reactions, especially the last one. Oh, she's so sad. But, like I said before, even if you come in fourth place, it doesn't matter, because here's where they tally up all the points from the last two races all together. And we're in first place, so we're moving on to the second event, the obstacle course. Okay, Kunio-kun still has a lot of stamina left, so I will use him again. Alright, this next part, like I said before, it's an obstacle course, and it takes a little bit more skill to get through. Okay, this first part, what you need to do is climb that ladder and use those jumping boards to get to the other side. Sometimes if you get there quick enough, you can knock your opponents off the fucking ladder before they... God damn it. Yeah, you can knock them off the ladder before they get up to the top, but in this case... I'm fucking too late. This motherfucker! Look at me! Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Climb the ladder and carefully jump on the jumping boards to get to the other side. Alright, this next part is really tricky. Oh, motherfucker. You're better off jumping over those doors instead of walking past them, because those goddamn hands will keep knocking you into the fucking water. So when you get up to the top here, just jump over the doors. That way, there's a less chance of those goddamn hands knocking you over. Now this part right here, sometimes you get lucky and you can beat up your opponents before they go into the elevator. Yeah, there you go. Okay, this is pretty straightforward. It's just a bunch of conveyor belts. All you really need to do is just climb up the ladder and get up through the other side. Sometimes it's easier just to keep jumping, otherwise you'll end up falling down again. And once again, more jumping boards. This one is a little bit easier. Because you don't have to climb up a fucking ladder. Alright, this part's a pain in the ass. If you fall into that pit, the power goes out. And then you can't see what the hell you're doing. I've never been able to successfully get past that fucking part. Alright, see, I'm in 4th place. But if I had accumulated a lot of points during the match, it wouldn't have mattered. Now, once again, even if you come in 4th place, don't get discouraged because the points you've accumulated through the last event also count for this one as well. So if you got a lot of points in the last event, don't worry about coming in 4th place because you can still win. And just like the previous event, they let you go through this a second time. Okay, now my only gripe with this game is that it's really tough to play when you're only playing the 1-player mode. The game is actually a 4-player game, but the only problem is the Famicom Mini only has 2 controllers. So, if you want to play the game, you could only have one other friend play while the other 2 characters are controlled by the computer. So it's not nearly as fun as the original Famicom version, where you can have 4 friends play at the same time. But it's still a fun game. It's one of those games I like to play for like 10-15 minutes and just put it down, just like many NES classic games. And if you like River City Ransom, you'll like this. So, if you can get your hands on a Famicom Mini, you can play this game, and some other great games that never made it here to the United States as well. Now, expect to pay a little bit more for it because it is an import, but honestly, it's totally worth it. I mean, I was sold when I found out River City Ransom was on it, but I had no idea this was on there as well, so I got more than what I bargained for, I guess you could say. Alright, we're coming to the end. I don't think I'm going to make it to the next event because I didn't accumulate enough points, but who knows. Oh, you son of a bitch. You fucking... Ugh. Alright. Anyways, let's see what the ranking is. Alright, remember, this is just for completing the race. I'm probably only going to get 10 points for coming in 4th place. Let's just see. Oh, she's pissed. Yep, 10 points. So, here's the overall ranking. Looks like it's game over for me. Fuck it.
Wow, that was pretty pathetic. That's probably the worst game playing I've seen in a long time. It's almost just as bad as your run in the confidence course back in basic training.
Oh, dude, I totally remember that fucking shit. That was funny as fuck.
Shut up, Airman Shumway. You were no better.
Oh.
Well, Sergeant Smith, it was awfully nice of you to drop by.
Fuck you, you fucking pussy.
Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know, the confidence course is the United States Air Force's version of the obstacle course.
And there you have it, folks. Downtown Nekketsu Cross Country. It's a very fun game, but unfortunately, it never hit the U.S. shores back in the early 1990s. It's too bad because it's one of my favorite Kunio-kun games of all times next to River City Ransom. I'm pretty sure that game would have been a hit. But anyway, if you want to play it, there's 2 ways you can go about it. You can buy the Famicom Mini, or you can find a ROM out there on the internet. I'm pretty sure there's an English translation somewhere. But it's a game worth checking out. I highly recommend it. Anyway, that's all I have for today's show. So, until next time, Savage Squirrel, signing out.
Game over, asshole.
Lay down, Elliot. Lay down. Good dog.